lot of people think that if they want to change career, they need to get a second degree. Does that sound familiar? That's not always true. Hi, everybody. I am Gabby. In today's video, I will tell you the exact question that I had to ask myself before deciding doing a second degree or not. I was a nurse and I became a social media manager. Okay, the first scenario is you love the workplace, you love the people that you're working with, and you're also really vibing with the company culture, but the job, mm, not so much. And you're starting to feel like you're meant for something different. This is a lot more common than you may think. If the culture and the values of the company resonates with you, then you don't have to go through the hassle of trying to find another company. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to start looking for another job within the same organization. You already know how things run. That gives you a big advantage on a lot of other candidates. You already know the vibe, and now it's more about finding that sweet spot where your skills and your passion align better with the role. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, I'm not qualified. Okay, we're not there yet. We will get there. Right now, I just want you to look up the job posting and see, is there any other job that you're interested in? So take a moment and think about what could be a better fit in the same workplace. Question number two is actually the opposite. So do you like your job, but you don't like the work environment? Well, that tells you a lot. It says that maybe you're not a right fit with the environment that you're working in. So it's not necessary to completely change career. I see that a lot in my clients. They didn't look elsewhere in different companies where their values might align better. So in that scenario, no, you don't need a second degree. You just need to look elsewhere where your values align better with your skills and passion and how you feel about life. So if you like your job but not your workplace, here's what I recommend for you. Identify exactly what it is that's not working. Is it the management style, the workload expectations, or maybe it's the team dynamic? Once you figure that out, look for the same job description in a different organization. In this case, there is no need to switch careers completely and start from scratch. You can find a different company with a similar role and a better work environment. There is no shortage of organization out there that are looking for people like you to fill their position. And I want to make this cute little analogy. Think about it like this. You're one piece of the puzzle, the organization is the other piece of the puzzle. They're different shapes, right? And sometimes they don't fit each other. And that's okay. It doesn't mean that one piece of the puzzle is bad or the other piece of the puzzle is bad. It's just not the right fit. There will be other pieces of the puzzle that you will fit better with. And same for them. They will have different employees that are better fit for their company. The next question is, let's say you don't like your job and you don't like your workplace. Well, that's deep. Then maybe it's time for a bigger change. And here's the thing. I do not want you to freak out. This does not mean that you have to quit everything right here, right now, and take that massive leap of faith without any safety net. What I recommend you to do is to start identify what are your transferable skills. What are some of the things that you already do well that can be applied to other roles? You would be surprised how many skills we develop in just one job that can easily be translated to another. You can build in one job that can be transferred to another. And that's often something that we don't really think about. And then with network, whether it's online or it's with people that you know, opportunities can happen from the most random connection. I remember for me, I was studying for the NCLEX. I had shown my system how I was working, how I was studying for the exam to somebody. Then he came to me and said, you know what? We're looking for teachers that can teach anatomy. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I never thought I could do that. I thought I had to be a nurse in the hospital. That's what school kind of taught me. Open up about what you're doing, what you're wanting, and maybe that job will actually find you and you won't even need to find it. I can't tell you how many doors opened for me when I just started to have real conversation with people and telling them what I was looking for. Okay, story time. Now I will let you know a little bit about my transition because I was a registered nurse from Ontario. I still am actually. And then I moved to being a social media manager and now I'm a coach and psychotherapist. So I've done a lot of pivots in career change, but I learned a lot too. Before I left nursing, I was asking myself, do I need a second degree? But then I thought to myself, you know what? I just spent what, $40,000 on a degree, maybe $60,000. Is it really necessary to spend that much money to go back to school full time for 2 years? I know that I have accumulated a lot of skill. I'm missing out on a lot of potential earning there. So instead of finding a second degree or applying to do a master's, I identified the skills developed as a nurse, and one of which was active listening. And that is a skill that is transferable to psychotherapy. I was always somebody who was very empathetic. And I also really enjoyed problem solving. So once I had figured out my transferable skills, I networked like crazy. I met so many people in my field, and eventually I did the move to change career without getting a second degree. And yes, it was scary, but it was the right step for me at that time. And it might be for you. So, first, do you like your workplace, but not the job? Or do you like job, but not the workplace? And then, third, do you not like your job and you not like your workplace? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself before you get a second degree. And if you have any questions, maybe drop a comment below. That is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Take care of yourself and keep seeing those horizons.